this is an experiment. I'll see how this works. I don't know if it's going to work very well. I'm in my Defender 110. So I just wanted to briefly talk about like the unveilment of the new Defender and why I'm a bit. I'm not going to say that I hate it. As someone, funnily enough, I've had like people block me on Instagram because I don't like the new Defender, which is ridiculous. It's like I'm entitled to my opinion, but I do have reasoning behind it. I mean, you often see this thing, oh, these people, they're not the kind of person who'd buy one new anyway. I did. I bought this new some years ago. I think it's like 8 years old, coming to 8 years old now. So I did. I think that gives me a bit of a right to have an opinion on the new one, because in an ideal world, I'd be looking at the new Defender and thinking, yeah, that's something I want to buy. I want to get one of those. And I'm looking at it, it's like, no. It's obviously, I think what's happened, or it seems obvious to me, is when they stopped making the Freelander and then they made the Discovery, kind of filled the slot of the Freelander, so that kind of left the real Discovery left. So it's kind of like they've done the Defender to be the replacement for the Discovery, and there's a lot of worrying stuff. I mean, £40,000 intro price is a lot of money. It's being made in Slovakia. This is supposed to be a British iconic vehicle. I like the Slovakians. I have a good friend who's Slovakian, but nevertheless I can't help but think that's maybe not that good an idea. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of the view, I wish JLR all the best. I really hope I'm completely wrong and the thing sells like hotcakes, but I think if you're going to design a vehicle where people like me aren't going to buy it, there's something wrong right from the start. And quite simply, for me, I welcome the tech. I welcome, all the independent suspension, the engine's a gearbox. It's almost certainly going to have an auto gearbox in it. There's going to be hybrid versions, electric versions. There's going to be a lot of very, very good stuff about it, which I welcome. I should have been able to have this with an auto gearbox. I should have also been able to have it with a decent, powerful engine, not a 122 horsepower engine borrowed out of the Transit. It's not really enough. It needed a bit more, 150, 160 horsepower, something like that. I'm sure it's going to be a great vehicle in the sense of something you can use every day, but it's clearly not a utility. It's not, we're not going to see cherry pickers, we're not going to see tippers and crop sprayers and all this kind of stuff, which I think is a shame. In fact, I'd be surprised if there's a pickup looking at the designs we've seen so far. I mean, the thing is, for me, I'm not fussed what it looked like inside. I'm not fussed with the underpinnings of it. If it's, monocoque construction with independent suspension, fine, whatever, I don't mind. But they could have at least given it some nods and winks towards this and the predecessors. I think the step roof, you can see this sort of slopes and then goes flat. That would have been a nice feature. The Alpine lights that you can see just there behind me, would have been nice to have those. They're quite iconic. Round lights. We don't quite know yet what the front's going to look like, but it's probably going to be a bit Evoque family-ish. So yeah, I'm a bit skeptical. It does appear to have a bit of the shoulder line, but really, I mean, the fact that the proportions are completely different, the overhangs are completely different, the position of the wheels relative to the body is different. The fact, and it's, having seen them on test, I've actually seen them sort of first hand. They're a really weird shape. They're like that. They kind of narrow towards the top, which for me looks a bit strange, because these Defenders, they're straight and then they taper in from halfway up. So yeah, there's not a lot I think you would immediately say, oh, that's a Defender. There is, I mean, some people are saying, oh, well, the new one that's been the sort of semi-unveiled version, the Tusk Trust Conservation Area one, that it's still disguised, it's still camouflaged, it's not giving a lot away. It's giving us the basic shape. I don't think there's going to be any real surprises there. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I didn't want a pastiche of this. Oh, there's a Vela. But it'd have been nice to have had a few little gentle nods and winks towards this to sort of show it is sort of the same vehicle. And the impression I'm getting online is people are kind of saying great Discovery replacement, but it's not a Defender. There's not enough Defender attributes there. And I mean, in terms of the capability, well, the Range Rover and the Discovery were always every bit as capable as the Defender. They could tow as much, they were as good off-road, arguably better. I mean, a 100-inch Range Rover is going to be better than a 110. So that's really neither here nor there. It's unquestionably, it's going to have a 3.5 ton standard towing capacity. It'll be upgradable to 4 tons with a couple brakes. I don't doubt that for a minute. What I do doubt is whether very many people will do that, but we shall see what happens. So yeah, just some thoughts. I mean, you know, in conclusion, I hope they do really well out of it. That's fine, but it's a question what connection there is to me personally, you know, which is it's a shame. It's an end of an era in a sense, but what can we do? But anyway, I hope you kind of enjoyed this. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to upload it because it's a bit long, but hopefully some thoughts there. So cheers, bye bye.